Hello, my name is Richard, and welcome to my channel over and over and over again, which features everything to do with Arsenal. It's been quite a tense night at Anfield in the Carabao Cup fourth round, but we finally made it through to the quarterfinals. The game finished Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0 at the end of 90 minutes, but we won 5-4 on penalties. The second half actually was a lot better than the first half in terms of attacking from both sides. Bernd Leno in goal for us was absolutely magnificent. He made 4 or 5 really good saves in the second half to keep us in it. And then towards the end, we could even have nicked it in normal time. Rob Holding had a great chance with a header from about 6 yards. Good work from Pepe down the left-hand side. He put in a great cross. Rob Holding's header, it was too close to Adrian in the Liverpool goal, and he was able to save it. It was a good chance, though, and it would have been a bit of a snatch and grab maybe on the chances created in the second half. I thought we played okay overall. We were solid enough, and we defended quite well. We didn't really create an awful lot of chances other than that header, really. That was about it. We had a couple of offsides earlier on. In the first half, Eddie Nketiah had a good chance after a decent move. Again, Pepe was involved in that, actually. The ball fell to Nketiah about 8 yards out, but he seemed to take too long to make his mind up, and Adrian was able to claw the ball away. Rob Holding did have the ball in the net in the first half as well, following a free kick routine, but he was offside, or he was given as offside. Seemed a bit of a harsh decision, that. But then after that, it was all Leno really in the second half. A couple of great saves that he made. There was one from Jota, a really good save. And there was one later on as well. I think that might have been from Jota as well. Absolutely brilliant save. He clawed away a header, which looked like destiny for the top corner. And in the end, after 90 minutes, there was no breakthrough, and it ended up going to penalties. Liverpool went first. The penalties actually was at the Anfield Road end, which would have been in front of the away fans. Of course, the away fans would have had the whole of that end, of course, for the cup game, as we did last year. Liverpool went first. Milner was up first, and he scored. Lacazette had come on for Nketiah, took our first penalty. He scored as well. They were both good penalties. Liverpool substitute Wijnaldum was next, put Liverpool back in front. And then Cedric Suarez was next for Arsenal, buried his penalty as well to make it 2-2. Minamino, who had actually hit the bar in the first half for Liverpool, at an open goal, he should have scored perhaps at that same end of the ground. But he did stick his penalty away, so Liverpool were 3-2 up. El Neni was next for Arsenal. It wasn't a great penalty. Adrian saved it. It looked as though we were in trouble then. Origi was next for Liverpool, and had he scored, he would have put them 4-2 up, and they would surely have had 1 foot in the quarterfinals. But again, it wasn't a great penalty. Leno made a good save and kept us in it. Maitland-Niles then did his usual cool penalty, took his time in the run-up, coolly slotted it in, made it 3-3. Then it was Jones for Liverpool. He put his penalty away to put them 4-3 up, which meant Pepe had to score to keep us in it. And he did. Adrian tried to put him off with a few antics before the penalty, but Pepe kept his nerve and stuck it in the net. And then it was Harry Wilson was next for Liverpool. It was actually a really good save down to his left-hand side from Leno, put us in the driving seat. And it was down to Joe Willock to send us through. It wasn't the greatest penalty in the world, if we're honest. Adrian maybe could have saved it, but he didn't. It rolled under him into the net to send us through 5-4. Yes, maybe we was a little bit fortunate. But having said that, we didn't get a lot of luck, did we, on Monday night in the Premier League game here? So I suppose it may be a little bit swings and roundabouts to a certain degree. But I thought we played well, and I thought we kept ourselves in the game all the way through. Liverpool made a lot of changes. They then replaced Salah and Van Dijk in the second half with obviously one mind on the weekend. We kept a reasonably strong side all the way through. We didn't look that great in the attacking third of the pitch, if I'm honest. We didn't create a lot of chances, but ultimately it doesn't matter because we've gone through. We're in the quarterfinals. The reason why I was a little bit late is because I was waiting for the draw. The draw came through, and unusually for us, we actually got a tough draw, but we are at home this time at least. Having won away at Leicester and now away at Liverpool, we now are at home to Manchester City, of course, the holders who have won it for the last 3 years. Of course, Arteta will be facing Pep again, of course, as did in the FA Cup semi-final towards the end of last season, of course, where we got the better of them at Wembley. We've now got the opportunity to do the same again. And Arteta still hasn't lost a domestic cup tie since he's come to Arsenal. And in fact, he hasn't lost a domestic cup tie at all for nearly 4 years now, since nearly 3 years, sorry, since Manchester City lost to Wigan in the 2018 FA Cup. So we're through. The full draw actually for the quarterfinals. It's Stoke City against Tottenham. It's Brentford against Newcastle. It's Arsenal against Manchester City, and it's Everton against Manchester United. So there's some good ties there actually. And if we can get through and get past Manchester City, we'll have a great chance in this competition, won't we? We haven't won it since 1993. We've certainly would have to do it the hard way again. We had to do it the hard way in the FA Cup, didn't we? With Sheffield United away, Man City, and then Chelsea. And this time we're going to have to, obviously, we've got past Leicester and Liverpool, and now we've got to get past Manchester City. Bearing in mind there's still Everton and Manchester United, and Tottenham still in the competition, and Newcastle as well from the Premier League. So let's see what happens in the next round. The quarterfinals actually aren't now until week beginning the 21st of December. So it's quite a long time to wait for that competition. But of course, in the meantime, we've got the Europa League starting soon as well. Plus, as well, hopefully, before deadline day on Monday, we're going to have a few new signings to come in, and hopefully they'd have had a good chance to have settled in before we play Manchester City in the quarterfinals. So it was a tight game tonight at Anfield. We've managed to scrape through. It finished at the end of 90 minutes, Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. But it's Arsenal that have gone through after a thrilling penalty shootout. It'll finish Liverpool 4, Arsenal 5 on penalties. Joe Willock with the winning penalty. But we have to give massive credit to goalkeeper Bernd Leno. He's come in for quite a lot of criticism, hasn't he, since the start of this season, mainly because Martinez was sold to Aston Villa, of course. Leno's taken over, regained his number one position, having been injured at the end of last season. He seems to, I say, for some criticism in the first few games, despite the fact that, he hasn't really had a lot. He's not a lot he could have done about any of the goals that he's conceded. But tonight he was definitely the hero. He made some brilliant saves during the 90 minutes, especially in the second half. 3 or 4 outstanding saves, and of course he did save 2 penalties to send us through. So he's definitely the man in the match tonight. He's definitely the hero. Everybody else was maybe slightly under par, if we're honest, but it was a solid performance. Gabriel was good as well in defence. I want to give him a mention as well. Another great performance from him. He looks as though he's a central defender we've been missing for a number of years now. Really commanding, strong. He's good with the ball. Some of his long passing was excellent. And he probably outshone Van Dijk tonight, actually, which is unusual, isn't it? And good as well. So it's a great night for Arsenal, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's always good to get through in the cup. To win another penalty shootout against Liverpool is good as well. In fact, our recent record on penalties has been great, hasn't it? Going back a few years now. So let's hope against Manchester City we can beat them in 90 minutes, because I don't really want to go through all that again, the stress of it all. But we've done it. That's the main thing. We're in the quarterfinals. We faced Manchester City in December, and for tonight it's finished Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. Arsenal go through 5-4 on penalties. I'll do a full review of this game tomorrow, pick the bones out of it all, and see what there is. Obviously, not a lot of chances from our side to pick out on, but Bernd Leno's going to get massive praise, because I thought he was fantastic tonight. So well done to everyone. Well done to the guys. I just want to mention as well, unfortunately, the Arsenal women play tonight as well in the FA Cup semi-final. They actually played Manchester City as well, and unfortunately it finished Manchester City women 2, Arsenal women 1. A very disappointing defeat. Manchester City actually took the lead in the 19th minute. It was a great free kick from Steph Houghton, of course, Manchester City's captain. Arsenal got level with a decent goal, 38 minutes. Jordan Nobbs scored after good work. A little flick from Beth Mead set her up, and it was a good finish. But some poor defending really allowed Manchester City to take the lead in the 41st minute. It was Mewis who scored the goal for Manchester City, the American. It was a good save initially from Zinsberger, actually, but the ball fell short. She stuck it away. In the second half, Arsenal had a lot of possession, a lot of pressure, but couldn't get the equaliser. Manchester City defended well. So unfortunately, they wasn't able to complete a great night for Arsenal. The Arsenal women have gone out of the FA Cup at the semi-final stage. Man City will now face Everton in the final. But the men's gave us a lot to cheer about in the end tonight, winning on penalties at Liverpool. So that's that for tonight. I say come back to the channel tomorrow. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I'll have my full review of the game tomorrow, probably some point in the morning. And then, of course, I'll be then looking ahead over the weekend to Sunday's big game in the Premier League against Sheffield United, where hopefully we can get another victory and go into the international break on a really big high. It's been a great start to the season, isn't it, for us overall? Despite the defeat on Monday night, it has been a good start, and we should be enjoying it while we can. And I say onwards and upwards from here. We're in the quarterfinals. Come on, you Gunners!